take a moment to thank those at Dominion Academy, like all the other coaches and captains who helped make this season possible, including Deaconess Caldwell and Mrs. Here. I'd also like to thank our dedicated athletic trainer, George Sandlin, for going above and beyond taking care of our players. I know my family has also personally appreciated his help. We are truly blessed to have you all as a part of our DA family. I'd also like to thank my fellow coaches. We had the new addition of Coach Vaca, who generously shared his time and talents while on vacation from the boys volleyball program. I think Mr. Coach Pena was excited to have some more testosterone in the gym, and it was always entertaining to watch Coach Vaca join the ladies in our Queen of the Court challenges. Thank you for sharing your gifts. Coach Pena, you keep us laughing, but also work so very hard behind the scenes, from finding us equipment to setting up the gym to all of that video uploading. And you even planned a practice or two. Thank you for being there to let me know when I've done a good job calling a timeout. And thank you for loving all of these girls and wanting what is best for them as if they were all your actual daughters, because we need a few more of those in our house. And most importantly, thank you for your constant support, especially when it seemed like me against the world, so thank you. And one more big thank you to our junior coaches, Lily, Tessa, and Alexis, who of course helped make it possible for me to coach 2 teams this year. So, junior coaches, thank you. And finally, I'd like to thank the parents who were so very helpful in the success of the season, from volunteering to cheering on the girls. Thank you for your support. I'd like to give a special shout out to the Davenport, Temple, and Troop families who went above and beyond to be in the stands for our matches near and far, even when their daughters weren't playing. I was just amazed at how much time and energy you put into just supporting us. So thank you, and it's always so very much appreciated to know that there is support out there. Okay, thank you, done. Now on to the important part of the evening, or I guess it's afternoon this year, and the reason we are all here to recognize these amazing young ladies. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in times of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. There are a few of us in this room actually who have a special time in their college careers, otherwise known as Hell Week, where our upperclassmen made sure that we were properly trained and doing what we were supposed to do. I was blessed enough where my upperclassmen on the volleyball team wanted to get in on that action and gave the freshmen a preview of this training session, and this is where I was first introduced to that quote by Martin Luther King Jr. And it has stuck with me ever since. So on a side note, parents, if you want to encourage your kids to memorize things, maybe have them do it while they're doing push-ups and crawling through mud. Sometimes it helps in the retention. But when I was thinking about this season, reflecting on it, through the blur of it all, this is the quote that came to mind. Because this season has indeed had its moments of challenge and controversy. And these amazing young ladies rose to the occasion and emerged victorious in more ways than just on the scoreboard. We ended the season 21-10, another great showing after last year's remarkable season. And along the way, we beat the 3 teams that have proved to be our biggest challenge since the beginning of our program. New Hope, Calvary, and Mars Hill, who had only had 2 conference losses since 2016, and now they have 4. We won the Division II championship at the NCSAA tournament, and of course, the ending highlight of the season was winning the OVCC Conference Championship, again, against Mars Hill. Of course, the biggest victory for me as coach was watching these young ladies claw their way out of some pretty deep holes, proving to themselves that not only could they do it, but that they had the mental toughness to actually do it. Of course, this was all possible because of the hard work done in the off-season, as well as finding that true belief in themselves as a team. Let's hope these are lessons that stick for a lifetime. So, who made up this extraordinary team this season? Let's have our dessert first, shall we, and celebrate our seniors, who sadly will be leaving us, but will be taking their gifts into the world. First, we have Gretchen Barhorst. I'd also like a disclaimer out there that I am not responsible for any of the nicknames you hear. Okay, Gretchen is a senior who has been with our program for 3 years, and this was her first season on varsity. She's an independent soul passionate about her interests and was a regular contributor as an outside hitter. She improved quite a bit as the season progressed and was always ready when called upon. What I loved most about Gretchen's season is that she played her best in the biggest match, our OVCC championship against Mars Hill. She embraced our adjustments with an injured player and played with more fire than I had ever seen before, making several key saves and contributing to our victory. Gretchen, I'm so glad that you have been a part of the DA story, and I wish you the best in your next chapter. And our other senior, Haven Zine. Haven is our other senior and was one of our trio of captains. She got the team off to a wonderful start this summer, motivating and encouraging all of the girls in the program during our summer workouts and camp, making sure everyone, new and old, felt welcome and part of our group. She played outside hitter most of the season, but showing great leadership and selflessness, didn't even blink when, due to others' injuries, I asked her to play middle in the Lebanon Christian match and right side in the OVCC championship, resurrecting her talents from previous seasons. Haven has always brought a smile into the gym, and her determination to learn and improve over the years has been an example to the younger girls. You have to give credit to our seniors. Like Gretchen, Haven's best performances this season were in the big matches, which brought me great joy to watch. She was instrumental in our first win against Mars Hill, achieving a season-high 6 kills while hitting 500 efficiency. And volleyball hitting averages are just like baseball averages, so over 400 is pretty darn good. So in that tough match where we were all excited, she did her best and was hitting 500. Thank you, Haven, for sharing your love of volleyball with all of us over the years. You are one of the OG DA volleyball crew and can be proud of being a part of our great foundation. So thank you. It is my hope that all of our alumni continue to play volleyball after high school. There are opportunities to play as adults at all levels, and it is a great lifetime sport to keep involved in. So again, congratulations to our seniors. From the oldest to the youngest, Myra Pena. Myra is a baby freshman, and she was on the JV team this season but sat on the varsity bench for every match. She was able to get some great experience watching the higher level, learned how to do the spinny thing with Coach Pena, and was a great help with some injury situations as well. Myra has a great future in front of her and will do great things for the DA program. Thanks for being ready when called. Our only sophomore this year, Miss Elena. So Elena, well, we tried her hand in the front row at the beginning of the season, looking forward to broadening her talents for the future, because we all know Coach Pena has a 5-year plan. We eventually transitioned Elena back to her comfort zone in the position of libero. She ended the season with 253 digs and digging double digits in 11 matches. She also upped her serving game this season, serving the third most aces with 61. With 2 more years to go, possibilities are endless for you, Elena. So keep working hard. Maddie Calkins. Maddie continued to shine in the backcourt this season. She also took up the challenge to better her serve and became quite the jump float server. She had a season-high 8 aces and ended the season second in aces with 79. She continued her digging prowess and ended the season with 215 digs and was our second best serve receiver. Unfortunately, if you all stare at her hand, an injury ended her season 1 match early. but it gave us the chance to see how well she can cheer on her teammates from the bench. Something I took great pleasure in watching the recordings to take stats and seeing how crazy she was cheering from the sideline. Her successes were noticed by others as she earned all-conference second-team honors this season, and once again, she is our Defensive Player of the Year. Lily Ferris. Last season, Lily made great strides in her self-belief, which she carried into this season with a bang. After finding her place as part of a dynamic duo last year, she was able to stand on her own this year, bringing an electrifying energy as well as her talents in the backcourt. She was a defensive specialist, playing all three positions at times in the back row, as well as stepping into the role of libero several times, before we fell into a groove with her as in playing middle back for Sophie. She also showed leadership and putting the needs of the team first when injury called and she had to fill in right back for Maddie in the OVCC championship. My favorite part of her season, though, is the emergence of the Lily serve. We said Simone Biles can get her own moves, well, Lily's got her serve. This serve looks like it's going to fly out of bounds, and then at the very last second, it drops almost vertically on the back line. She has a love for life and for volleyball, and while I saw her nerves start to get the best of her at times, her ability this season to shake them off and get her head right showed great growth and maturity as a person and a player. For all of these reasons, Lily has been awarded the most improved player for our season. Every year, and I do mean every year, I get a surprise player on my roster. They show up in the summer. This year's surprise player turned out to be a tall middle blocker named Sophie Gully. We were all very excited to see Sophie and her talent when she first showed up in the gym, which her talent was much louder than she was when we first met her. One of the most experienced players to join our program in some time, Sophie made the transition into our group rapidly. And once she realized we weren't all too crazy, she began to open up, and it was like she had always been a part of us. She is talented all around the court and ended the season as our number 3 serve receiver, as well as adding tough serves when we needed her to. Her contributions were most obvious at the net, though, as the number 2 blocker on our team and in the conference. And after a long week of taking stats of our very busy last week of competition and watching she and Alexis go back and forth for who had the most kills, Sophie ended up on top with the most kills, with one more than Alexis at 278. She earned all-conference first-team honors, the NCSAA All-Tournament Team honors, and is this season's Outstanding Offensive Player of the Year winner. Maddie Hahn. Maddie Hahn is another one of our original players from the beginning of the program and always is a joy to have in the gym. She also is growing in maturity as a player, both in her confidence and her skills. While she plays middle on the JV team, at the varsity level, we've been trying her out as an outside hitter as well. She has a unique off-speed shot that is very effective, and I'm looking forward to getting her block just a little more intimidating for next year. She is a great encouragement when she is on the bench and is always ready to listen to any coaching. She is always there to help carry equipment out of the gym after a match and always has an eye open for the needs of others. Thank you for all of your hard work this season, Maddie. I am so excited for next season. Savannah Jasper. Mr. Coach Pena, you're not allowed to say anything. Okay. Savannah Jasco was another pleasant surprise this season, as she was a part of our program a few years ago, and we were very happy to have her back in the family. Savannah was originally on the JV roster and helped out the varsity team at the beginning of the season, but her skills earned her a full-time move up to the varsity, and from there she became a major contributor as a hitter and a server. She has a great heavy serve and is on her way to becoming our most accurate server. When I tell her a zone, she'll hit it. What I'm most proud of this season, though, is that she took my crazy idea of playing both the left and the right side at the same time and ran with it. Without getting into too much detail, she and Maddie Calkins would switch places for some rotations when the block on the right side was most beneficial. As we have seen in the past, and even with teams we currently compete against, which we were actually just talking about, playing normal rotations are difficult to master. But Savannah was ready and able to tackle the next level of strategy and did so with a smile. Savannah, you are only going to get better and better, and I'm here for it. The second of our captains this season is Tessa Merkel. Why are you wearing heels, Tessa? I got my flats on. Okay, no. Tessa is what I like to call our captain of intensity, inspiring the team to push themselves harder and believe they can do more. She was our agility ladder leader from conditioning, usually had words of wisdom to share in the huddle, and made sure that the gym chores were being taken care of before and after practice. Then there was her play on the court and how she used that same intensity to fuel her play. She was dedicated to improving her setting at all times and carried the weight of every match on her shoulders. She worked tirelessly to improve her serve and finished the season as our number 2 digger with 236 days. This year, she achieved a major milestone, getting her 1,000th career assist in our first match at Mars Hill, and ending this. And she ended the season with 1,274 career assists. She also earned all-conference first-team honors, NCSAA all-tournament team honors, and is this season's recipient of the Coaches Award. By the way, I told you the freshmen and the sophomore and all the rest of these, besides the seniors that we congratulated, are juniors, so next year I'm in trouble. Okay, MJ Masters, and MJ. Oh, like that MJ is a quiet, athletic, all-around player who shared her talents with the varsity team many times this season. She started out the season helping in the role of libero, and then later in the season was ready to answer the call in the front row or the back row, wherever there was a need. The memory that sticks out the most for me is her contribution in our match at Calvary. We were really struggling with the low ceiling, and MJ was able to adapt and keep her touches on the ball controlled enough to avoid those same challenges. MJ, keep working hard, stay adaptable, and don't be afraid to shine your light. Okay. Last but not least, our third and final captain is Alexis Pena. Alexis is our people captain who cares about everyone on the team and in the program and makes sure everyone has a partner no matter what their status or age or ability. I get to spend a little extra time with her, more than the rest of them, and I don't think I've ever heard her say a negative thing about any other player. But behind all that sweetness is a killer. And thank God for that. As I said before, she and Sophie went back and forth for most kills this season, with Alexis finally landing at number 2 with 277 kills. Alexis, believe it or not, as the big girl on the team, was actually our number 1 serve receiver, which doesn't usually go hand in hand. She was number 1 in aces with 88, and I know I'd be scared to be on the other side of that serve. And probably the biggest impact in the conference was her status as the number 1 blocker with 97 blocks. This year, she also passed a milestone, earning her 1,000th career point for Dominion Academy, ending the season with 1,135 career points. She has earned several awards this season, including the DA Outstanding All-Around Player, All-Conference First Team Honors, NCSAA All-Tournament Team Honors, and finally, she was voted Conference Player of the Year. Alexis, Alexis, you are so fun to watch, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who can't wait to see what you do next season. This was a season filled with the highest of highs and some pretty low lows, but you ladies have learned a lot about who you are as players and what you are truly capable of. It is my prayer that you will carry those lessons into your life and remember just how amazing you are and that God has gifted you with the ability to be of service to others in a variety of ways. Let us continue to learn and grow and pursue perfection next season. Thank you to all of our Sabre families, and thank you for sharing who you are with us and through this lovely game of volleyball. God bless.
Wow, what a season we had. You've heard a lot of these stats already, but with a 21-10 overall record, a 10-3 conference record, we were quite successful. We had a total of 426 aces, 787 kills, as well as the first two members of the 1,000 clubs, Alexis Pena and Justin Merkel, hitting 1,000 kills and assists respectively. We beat Calgary and Mars Hill twice each, the two former giants of the conference. We had 3 first-team All-Stars and 1 second-team All-Star. We were NCSAA Division II champs at the national tournament. We made it further in the state tournament than we ever have, and for the first time, we're looking at the OVCC 2023 Girls Varsity Tournament champs. When we began this program 5 years ago, we looked like the ponies from My Little Pony. We've come so far, ladies. We can be proud of what we've done. Our success, though, can only be attributed to our coaches.
This year has been a roller coaster of so many emotions. Frustration, excitement, sadness, anger, but most importantly, joy. Joy has been a core component of our program since the beginning. Not only does it describe the happiness of an awesome kill, dig, or point, but it also helps all the girls in the volleyball program to remember who to put first. J for Jesus, O for others, and lastly, Y for yourself. An excellent example of this motto of ours is my dad, Mr. Coach Pena. Coach Pena always has some way of making us smile, cracking a joke, or doing something that has nothing to do with volleyball. He takes every opportunity to make us laugh. He always finds ways to help others by carrying ball carts and helping behind the scenes. But Mr. Pena also has a strong presence as a leader in our gym. Being one of only 2 men, he kind of has to. He treats every one of us girls as if we were his own daughters. Being an assistant coach is often taken for granted and underappreciated. Thank you, Mr. Coach Pena, for helping us improve our volleyball, for bringing us closer to Christ, and for reminding us to have fun.
Mrs. Coach Pena was given the job in life to raise 4 girls, but she's managed to form the lives of so many more. She has taught us girls to be the graceful, independent, and impactful young women God has made us to be. Coach Pena has the patience, perseverance, and focus that so many of us strive for. She has taught the value of hard work, determination, and resilience to every person that comes into her gym. Even in heated and intense games, she can pull out the calm energy and the focused fire that is crucial for our more hectic times. Outside of the gym, she works to build the confidence and character of each and every girl in her program. The lessons of discipline and accountability that Coach Pena teach ripple far beyond the sport of volleyball. Coach Pena will always push us to be better than we were the day before. She inspires us to be the light in dark moments and to play with the joy of knowing our worth and love as people, not just as players. Thank you, Coach Pena, for seeing the manifestations of our hard work, even if the score of a game didn't reflect it. Thank you for supporting us and never being afraid to tell us the truth, even when the sun is in our eyes and the truth is in the form of suck it up, buttercup. Thank you for seeing the value of every player you have. Thank you for making this season happen the way it did. Thank you for always having our backs and loving us enough to only accept our best.
Special thanks to Coach Baca and his constant presence at practices and games, cheering us on and adding another male to the gym, letting Mr. Pena have someone who would actually laugh at his jokes. Thanks to Mr. Sandlin, our athletic trainer of Kettering Health Network. He was always around, checking on us in huddles and ready to tape us back together in between sets. A tremendous thank you to Mrs. Heert and the entire Heert family for tireless scheduling, emailing, calling, coordinating, and planning. You are the reason DA Athletics is as successful as it is, and we are grateful. Thank you to all the parents in the room for driving us around, cheering in the stands, and allowing us these opportunities. Special thanks to Dominion Academy and the school board for their commitment to forming a complete Christian education and allowing us to represent DA in this way. Thanks to all our teammates for giving us your all and making volleyball a formative place that reflects the heart of Christ so well. Go Sabres, all glory and thanks to Christ.
Okay, so that pretty much wraps things up for today. I don't know if the coaches, either of you coaches mentioned the balls that are out here. So, the tournament balls for being champions this year for the OVCC are sitting on the front table. There used to be 4 Sharpies in that red cup. I'm a little alarmed that, oh, they're still there, okay. So anybody who played on varsity girls, varsity boys soccer can come up and sign the game balls from the tournament. Anything else on that? I guess. Patterson Park has asked us tonight. Usually we don't have to do tables and chairs, but they've asked for some help tonight. So anything that's on the table that looks like I might want to keep it can go on the stage and I'll come around and clean it up. Anything that's quite obviously disposable, we can go ahead and throw away. I do keep the table numbers and that kind of stuff, so it can just go up here. And I guess that's all I have.